Why am I operating the untested nuclear laser?
You have the longest arms. This is just a little bit of grounding so you don't die immediately.
You have done this before, right?
Ready. Aim. Fire!
Well, Grandma, what did you think of Ghostbusters, which is basically a remake of the 1980s Ghostbusters starring Bill Murray and crew? This one, however, stars Melissa McCarthy and several women
And crew.
in place of the all-male crew in the original. And of course they do their ghost busting, which is basically there are all these ghosts sort of taking over New York and they fight against the ghosts and that sort of thing. And it shows how they sort of get the whole thing started. So what did you think?
I thought it was very interesting and funny. I enjoyed it very much. I thought the four girls did very well. I particularly give accolades to the writers who wrote the it's green.
Oh, it is. Sorry. Yes.
Who wrote the dialogue among the four. I thought they were very clever and talking over each other all the time. It was all of the scientific gobbledygook they talked about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure enough of my scientific terminology to know if any of it made any sense or if it was just gobbledygook.
It was just supposed to sound scientific, I think.
Scientifically. But the teamwork, the camaraderie, the family feel of the four, that was very, very well done. It was a lot of fun. It was, total nonsense, so you just had to sit back and accept the fact that it was going to be
Nonsense?
nonsense. Well,
Really?
well, all the scientific stuff, and all the ghosts, and, it was, none of the ghosts, I kept waiting for some serious damage to happen from the ghosts, but mainly I guess they were just supposed to scare you. I mean, none of them seemed to hurt anybody. It was
Well, I
interesting.
think it was more, again, the concept getting started. So it was the ghosts escaping, and
There was some kind of
yeah, I mean,
vortex
it wasn't
that
that they hadn't gotten to the point where they were really doing a lot of damage. But
that's right. They were all just escaping.
it was more the threat from the ghosts, I think, that they were trying to head off.
And they did, which is not giving away the ending. I'm sure that
No, not really.
I'm sure that our viewers know that it had a happy ending. That New York was saved once again from the threat from the ghost world.
Well, again, this is meant to be the beginning of a series.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. What did you think?
Well, I sort of enjoyed it. I would sort of recommend it.
What'd you think about the 3D? We saw it in 3D.
I don't know. It was in this particular case. It wasn't all that outstanding, but it did jump out at you every now and then.
Surprised me a couple of times.
I thought that the actresses did form a good team, and I think that they were all sort of interesting characters. But I would very much disagree that the script writers should be commended at all, because I thought that they were not funny. The movie itself was sort of interesting. I think that again, creating the same concept with different characters.
Mm-hmm.
And coming about it sort of from a different direction than the original was sort of interesting if you've seen the original. And I thought that especially the last probably half of the movie, if not third of the movie, was particularly good in terms of all the sort of set pieces with all the ghosts escaping and them trying to capture the ghosts and everything. That was particularly interesting and particularly well done. The
special effects with all the laser
the
things.
special effects and again how they captured the ghosts and everything. Again, I thought all that went rather well. The problem, I think, really was the beginning of the movie, the first half or so, where they were setting up the concept and the characters and such, because it relied so much on the characters to be interesting and funny. Now, while they were interesting, I really don't think that they were very funny at all. Again, all of the actresses are, I think, known as comedic actresses, but I didn't think that they were funny at all. It was quite strange, in fact, that Chris Hemsworth himself was the funniest thing in the movie.
He was.
And it was just remarkably you just were not prepared for him to be that funny. You've not seen him in a film where he's been sort of strange and goofy and funny like this, and it was almost a revelation that he can do this sort of thing. Now again,
he was quite good.
Well, again, and then how much of that was him and how much of that was written is unknown. It's hard to tell, of course. But it's strange that again he would be so funny, and the main actresses just weren't. I just didn't think that overall the film was very funny. It was sort of a borderline recommendation for me.
So you were expecting it to be more funny.
Again, you were thinking it's a comedy. I mean,
well, it's definitely not a serious film, though.
Well, now along with us is granddaughter Amy, who saw the movie. What would your evaluation be, Amy?
I thought it was very good and it was very entertaining. You don't have to go that way. It won't take that long.
That's all right. Go ahead.
I really liked it.
You did good. What did you like about it the most?
I liked the characters.
You did? Okay. Anything else? Okay.
Were you surprised, Amy, by the Chris Hemsworth character? Because he's always been, Thor and other big, strong male characters like that. And for him to be goofy like this, I kept expecting him to suddenly wake up and say something intelligent, and he never did. He never did. It was very interesting.
So, well, Grandma, what would your final report card be then?
Oh, I thought it was fun. Yes, it was a fun movie. Fun movie. It's one of those things that you can spend an afternoon, 3D or not,
Right.
I'm not sure that the 3D was absolutely necessary, but it was fun. Yes, I would recommend it. 2 thumbs.
2 thumbs from you.
2 thumbs,
Okay.
yes.
Well, I would recommend it, but just sort of borderline. I wouldn't expect too much from it, but it is interesting.
Marginally.
Yes.
Yes.